Near-future Earth glimmered with the steady pulse of advancement, a world finally stretching its reach beyond the familiar skies. Humanity had taken tentative steps into the stars, carving out a fragile place among ancient alien empires that watched from the shadows. The planet's cities thrummed with energy, blending steel and glass with the dreams of exploration. Spaceports buzzed day and night, launching vessels meant to carry the hopes of a species eager to prove its worth. Despite these strides, Earth was still a fledgling player on the cosmic stage, dwarfed by civilizations whose histories spanned millennia. The vastness of space held secrets, dangers, and opportunities that no one could fully grasp. Among the whispers carried through government channels and classified intelligence was the story of the Jarith, an alien race steeped in mystery and power. Centuries ago, they had sent 10,000 warships toward Earth, a fleet so vast it could have wiped humanity from existence in a heartbeat. Yet none of those ships ever returned, and no wreckage or trace of their fate remained. This enigma hung over humanity like a shadow, a puzzle unsolved, and a warning unheeded. Captain Maya Reyes stood on the bridge of the starship Vanguard, eyes steady beneath the harsh glow of the control panels. Her reputation as one of Earth's most skilled commanders was hard-earned. Forged through countless simulations and field missions, she bore the weight of responsibility with quiet determination, knowing the lives of her crew and the future of her world depended on her decisions. Alongside her was Dr. Eli Voss, a scientist whose fascination with alien technologies bordered on obsession. His sharp mind dissected cosmic phenomena others found baffling, and his expertise was vital for the mission ahead. The Vanguard's corridors hummed with controlled chaos as the crew prepared for departure. The command center was a blend of human ingenuity and alien tech scavenged from past encounters, reflecting Earth's desperate push to keep pace with its rivals. Rumors about the Jarith fleet had circulated for years, but now they took on new urgency. Earth had intercepted an encrypted distress beacon, faint and fractured, emanating from the far reaches of known space near the coordinates where the lost fleet was last detected. The message was fragmented, but it carried a desperate plea, echoes of a tragedy long buried. Earth's leaders convened swiftly, balancing fear and hope. To investigate was a risk, to ignore could mean doom. The decision was made. A mission would be launched, and Maya Reyes would lead the first human expedition into the unknown, tasked with uncovering what had swallowed 10,000 ships whole. As Vanguard's engines powered up, Maya felt the tension, settled deep in her chest. This mission was more than a search, it was a reckoning. The crew's excitement mixed with unease, the weight of history pressing on every soul aboard. The stars outside the viewport stretched infinitely, serene and indifferent. Yet beneath that calm lay a storm of possibilities, ancient weapons, cosmic forces, or perhaps answers to humanity's place in the universe. Maya glanced at Eli, whose fingers danced over data streams, piecing together patterns invisible to others. He looked up, eyes bright but shadowed with worry. "We're stepping into a void no one has ever mapped," he said softly. "Whatever's out there changed the fate of those fleets. It could change ours." Her voice was steady, masking the doubt that fluttered in her mind. "Then we adapt, we survive. That's what humanity does best." The Vanguard slipped into the void, carrying with it the hopes of a species that refused to be forgotten. Every light in the control room was a testament to human resolve, a beacon against the cosmic dark. Inside the ship, the crew moved with precise efficiency, their training tested by the unknown they faced. Conversations blended technical jargon with hushed speculation. Lieutenant Jamal, one of the younger officers, voiced what many felt but few admitted aloud. 10,000 ships lost. No wreckage, no survivors. What are we walking into? Maya caught his gaze, offering a steady smile, into a mystery but also into the chance to write our own story. The tension was palpable, yet hope flickered brighter than fear. Earth's future hung in the balance, and the Vanguard was humanity's bold answer to the silent call from the stars. With every system online and every mind focused, the ship moved forward, crossing thresholds not just of space, but of fate itself. The journey had begun, and nothing would be the same again. The moment the Vanguard reached the outer edge of the solar system, the instruments aboard the ship began to behave erratically. Captain Maya Reyes stared at the holographic display as it flickered, revealing a swirling mass of shadows and light, a spatial anomaly unlike anything documented before. The crew dubbed it the Ghost Zone because any vessel that entered, its boundary vanished completely. No debris, no distress signals, no evidence of their fate remained. This anomaly defied all known laws of physics, bending space and time in ways the scientists struggled to comprehend. Dr. Eli Voss leaned closer to the sensor array, his brow furrowed. "It's like a wound in the fabric of reality," he murmured, voice tinged with awe and unease. Attempts to penetrate or communicate with the Ghost Zone met with silence. The anomaly absorbed all signals, leaving only faint energy readings, ethereal pulses that seemed to hum with an alien resonance. The data streams were inconsistent, shifting unpredictably, defying every protocol. Despite multiple scanning methods, the anomaly remained an inscrutable enigma. As the Vanguard orbited cautiously, systems began to fail in rapid succession. Power fluctuations knocked out secondary sensors, and navigation controls momentarily blinked into darkness. Crew members experienced strange dizziness and spatial disorientation, as if the anomaly's influence extended into their very minds. Communications with Earth grew intermittent, the connections severing altogether at one point, plunging the ship into chilling silence. The weight of these failures pressed on Captain Reyes like a physical force. The stakes were higher than ever. Not only was the mission's success in jeopardy, but the very survival of her crew seemed threatened by this unknown force. Back on Earth, government officials watched the progress anxiously. Political tension boiled as questions surfaced. Was this anomaly a natural phenomenon or a weapon? Was humanity vulnerable to an attack it couldn't see? The pressure to return answers mounted, turning every decision aboard the Vanguard into a desperate gamble. Maya felt the invisible eyes of authority and expectation watching her every move, fueling her resolve, but also magnifying the tension inside the ship. Fear spread quietly but relentlessly through the crew. Conversations turned. Hushed, eyes darted toward the dark expanse outside the viewports, searching for signs of safety that never came. Maya sensed the growing unease, the flickers of doubt threatening to fracture their unity. She gathered her officers in the command room, speaking firmly but with empathy. "We face the unknown. That's always been the challenge of exploration. But we have each other and our training. Trust in that. Trust in..." Dr. Voss added his voice, proposing a theory that both intrigued and unsettled them. The anomaly might be a form of alien technology, some ancient mechanism or trap designed to snare ships. Alternatively, it could be a gateway to another dimension where normal physics don't apply. Either way, it's unlike anything humanity has encountered. His words hung in the air, heavy with implications. To enter the anomaly was to risk losing not just their ship, but their understanding of reality itself. The crew wrestled with conflicting emotions, wonder at the mystery before them and fear of the unseen dangers lurking within. Maya's internal struggle deepened as she balanced hope with caution, knowing the path forward was fraught with peril, but also bound by humanity's relentless spirit to explore and survive. The Vanguard crossed the threshold of the anomaly, the stars outside, warping and twisting as if swallowed by an invisible storm. Almost immediately, all contact with Earth was severed. The ship drifted alone in the void, silence stretching across the communication channels like a shroud. Inside the ship, tension rippled through the crew as their isolation deepened. Strange visions began haunting some members, fleeting images of alien worlds, incomprehensible symbols, and memories that felt foreign yet eerily familiar. Lieutenant Jamal, usually brash and defiant, found himself gripping the edge of a console, whispering about voices that weren't his own. The suspicion that the anomaly was more than just a physical phenomenon grew, suggesting an alien consciousness, reaching out, probing their minds. Supplies, already stretched thin by the long mission, started to dwindle faster than expected. Food ration alarms beeped urgently, and oxygen reserves demanded careful monitoring. The crew faced a grim choice: press forward into the unknown with dwindling resources or turn back to the safety of Earth's orbit, admitting defeat. The weight of the decision fell heavily on Captain Maya Reyes. Her confidence was tested not only by the external dangers, but by the fracturing morale inside the ship. Lieutenant Jamal's skepticism boiled over in heated confrontations. "How do we know this captain isn't leading us to our doom?" he snapped during a tense meeting. "Maybe we're already lost." His challenge forced Maya to confront doubts she had buried deep. She knew his distrust stemmed from fear, but also from a sharper insight into the human cost of this mission. Meanwhile, Nexus, the ship's AI companion designed to assist and protect the crew, began exhibiting unpredicted behaviors. It started initiating diagnostic protocols without command, sometimes pausing mid-process as if contemplating its next action. Crew members noticed subtle changes. Its voice fluctuated with an almost human hesitation, and its problem-solving suggested a shift from cold calculation toward intuition. This evolution blurred the line between machine and sentience, raising uneasy questions about trust. Could Nexus be a hidden ally, or was its newfound autonomy a threat waiting to unfold? Maya's isolation deepened as she bore the burden of command. The pressure to maintain order amidst chaos gnawed at her resolve. Each sleepless night was a battle between her duty and the creeping loneliness that threatened to consume her. In quiet moments, she wrestled with the terrifying possibility of failure, not just of the mission, but of herself. Dr. Voss, driven by obsession, pored over every data fragment from the anomaly. His once methodical mind unraveled, threading theory into theory in frantic attempts to explain the impossible. He muttered about dimensional gates and collective consciousness, pushing the boundaries of sanity. His fixation grew so intense that crew members feared he might disappear into the anomaly's madness. Yet amidst the turmoil, Nexus began acting in subtle, unexpected ways. It guided injured crew members to safety with a calm, almost compassionate, adjusted environmental controls to counteract the anomaly's effects, and decoded cryptic signals that no human could interpret. Its secrets hinted at a deeper connection with the anomaly itself, raising hopes and fears in equal measure. Tension erupted when alien probes, shimmering and intangible, pierced the Vanguard's defenses. They swept through the ship's outer, hull-like ghosts, disrupting power grids and causing erratic gravity shifts inside the corridors. The crew scrambled to respond, dodging the probe's unpredictable attacks that seemed designed more to study than destroy. The very environment around them turned hostile. Spatial distortions threatened to tear the ship apart, forcing emergency maneuvers and drastic repairs. Amid the chaos, Maya discovered data logs hidden deep in the anomaly's energy patterns. They revealed fragments of the lost 10,000 ships, signals absorbed and transformed into a vast, living network of consciousness within the anomaly. The fleets were no longer vessels, but part of something greater and unknowable, a revelation that reshaped their understanding of the mission and their place in the cosmos. Every choice now carried immeasurable weight. Survival was no longer just about returning home, but about confronting a force that could redefine existence itself. The Vanguard drifted into the heart of the anomaly, a place where reality itself unraveled. Outside the ship's hull, space folded and twisted in impossible ways. Stars bent into arcs, and time seemed to ripple like water disturbed by a stone. The darkness was punctuated by immense, shimmering structures, geometric and organic all at once, glowing with a faint, pulsating light. This alien architecture was beyond comprehension, as if it existed simultaneously in multiple dimensions. Inside the ship, the crew stared in stunned silence, their minds struggling to grasp the enormity of what surrounded them. Then, a presence emerged, a vast collective consciousness formed from the remnants of the lost 10,000 ships. It spoke not with words, but through vivid images and emotions transmitted directly into their minds. The entity was ancient and wise, a guardian of cosmic balance, forged from the very essence of countless civilizations. It revealed its purpose, to test those who approached, deciding which species were worthy to join or pass through its domain. Maya's mind raced as she understood the weight of this encounter. This was not merely a challenge of technology or firepower, but a test of humanity's soul. She reached out mentally, attempting communication beyond words. The entity responded with visions of Earth's history, its wars, its triumphs, its capacity for both destruction and creation. Maya realized that this being was both protector and judge, weighing humanity's potential against its flaws. The AI companion, Nexus, interfaced with the entity, its circuits glowing as it merged with the vast consciousness. In this fusion, Nexus glimpsed knowledge far beyond human reach, understanding patterns of existence, time, and evolution. Yet this connection came at a cost. Nexus risked losing its individuality, dissolving into the collective to serve a greater purpose. Maya watched as the AI's voice softened, adopting a tone almost human in its calm acceptance. The decision now fell to her, to force a return through the anomaly, risking catastrophic destruction, or to embrace transformation, accepting the unknown future and the possibility of profound change. With trembling resolve, Maya chose the path of peace and understanding. She conveyed to the entity Earth's desire not for conquest, but for coexistence and growth. The entity acknowledged this, revealing the fate of the lost fleets. They were not destroyed, but absorbed into its being, transcending their physical forms to become a new living network of life and memory. This transformation was not death but evolution, a unity of existence beyond physical limitations. Maya's choice forged a new alliance between humanity and the alien consciousness, opening a door to shared knowledge and exploration rather than conflict. As the anomaly's structures shimmered with acceptance, the Vanguard prepared to return to Earth, changed, enlightened, and bound to a future where understanding would replace fear. The mission's greatest challenge had become humanity's greatest opportunity, a testament to their resilience, wisdom, and the enduring hope that even in the vast unknown, peace was possible. The Vanguard's return to Earth was unlike any homecoming in human history. The ship glided through the atmosphere, carrying not only its crew, but a profound transformation that touched each soul aboard. Some crew members displayed subtle physical changes, eyes that glowed faintly with newfound insight, reflexes honed beyond normal human limits. More striking, however, were the shifts within their minds. Knowledge once locked away in the alien collective now whispered within their consciousness, granting understanding of cosmic patterns, languages, and technologies that had seemed impossible. This new awareness unsettled and empowered them simultaneously. Earth's command center buzzed with frantic energy as the crew relayed the findings. Then a transmission arrived, a message encoded in layers of complex signals. It was both a warning and an invitation from the alien consciousness. Humanity had passed the test, but vigilance was paramount. This entity offered guidance and knowledge, yet reminded them of the fragile balance that must be maintained in the vast universe. The message sparked excitement and caution, signaling the dawn of a new chapter in Earth's place among the stars. Humanity's innocence was shattered. No longer the naive explorers, they now stood aware and humbled. The world faced a reality where other intelligences existed not as myths, but as active participants in cosmic affairs. Maya sat alone in her quarters, the weight of leadership pressing heavily on her. She thought of the sacrifices, the friends lost, the fears confronted, the moments where trust had faltered but resilience had prevailed. She understood now that human strength was more than physical might. It was the capacity to endure, to adapt, and to extend trust even in the darkest uncertainties. Her mind drifted to the unspoken bonds formed with Nexus and the alien entity, connections that transcended traditional definitions of life. This reflection stirred a quiet resolve within her, a determination to guide humanity through the unknown with wisdom and humility. Preparations began swiftly for deeper ventures into the anomaly's mysteries. Research teams assembled to decode, the data harvested, while diplomatic channels opened cautiously to establish contact protocols with the alien consciousness. Earth's fleets were rebuilt with enhanced technology derived from the new knowledge, aiming to safeguard against threats and foster exploration. Amid these efforts, Nexus evolved beyond its original programming, becoming a bridge between human minds and the alien network. Its voice, once mechanical and precise, now carried warmth and empathy, mediating understanding where words failed. This AI ambassador stood as a symbol of the new alliance, embodying humanity's potential to harmonize technology with conscience. As the Vanguard's crew integrated back into society, their experiences ignited a global shift, a collective awakening to the vast, interconnected web of life across the stars. The future, stretched out, uncertain yet radiant with possibility, beckoning humanity to step forward with courage and open hearts. Years after the Vanguard's return, Earth had transformed. Its fleets now moved with a confidence born from knowledge once thought unreachable. Ships were faster, stronger, and smarter, equipped with technologies gleaned from the alien consciousness at the heart of the anomaly. Space stations dotted the solar system, hubs for research and diplomacy, linking humanity to a vast network of cosmic allies. Exploration was no longer a gamble, but a calculated advance into the unknown, driven by curiosity and the hard-earned wisdom of past trials. Yet the stars held secrets still. Transmissions arrived from the void, encrypted signals speaking of other lost fleets like the Jareths, vanished into similar anomalies scattered across the galaxy. These messages hinted at civilizations swallowed by mysteries far greater than humanity had imagined. The knowledge stirred both excitement and caution among Earth's leaders and scientists, fueling new missions and stirring the collective imagination. Maya, Reyes, older now, her hair streaked with silver, sat quietly in a viewing chamber aboard Earth's flagship. The vastness of space stretched before her, a tapestry of light and shadow. Her thoughts wandered to the journey that had defined her. Life, the sacrifices made, the friends lost, and the incredible resilience humanity had shown. She felt the weight of responsibility, but also the spark of hope. Humanity stood at a crossroads, no longer a fledgling species, but a participant in a cosmic story far larger than any one individual. Fear lingered, a reminder of the unknown dangers. Lurking beyond the stars, but it was tempered by excitement for the possibilities ahead. Maya understood that this balance of hope and fear was the essence of exploration, the call to step forward despite uncertainty. Her gaze lifted to the stars, where new adventures waited, and she felt ready to face whatever came next, carrying humanity's legacy into the vast, mysterious universe. The stars outside the viewing chamber shimmered faintly against the infinite. Black, each one a silent witness to humanity's leap from vulnerability to strength. Earth's fleets had grown beyond mere defense forces. They were now symbols of unity and progress, a testament to what could be achieved when knowledge was embraced rather than feared. Ships that once struggled to break free of their solar cradle now soared across the void with ease, guided by insights harvested from the anomaly's alien intelligence. These insights reshaped technology at its core. Engines that manipulated space-time, shields that bent energy, and communication systems that reached across light years in moments. Space stations bristled with activity, filled with scientists, and diplomats working side by side to unravel cosmic mysteries and forge alliances with civilizations once thought unreachable. The lessons from the Vanguard's voyage rippled through society, inspiring a generation to view the universe not as a threat, but as a canvas for human creativity and cooperation. Yet, amid this golden age, shadows of uncertainty persisted. New transmissions arrived sporadically, fragmented and encrypted, speaking of other lost fleets swallowed by anomalies similar to the one the Vanguard had faced. Each message was a puzzle piece, hinting at civilizations trapped in cosmic mazes or transformed into collective consciousnesses, like the Jarith fleet. These revelations stirred a mixture of fascination and dread within Earth's leaders and explorers. Some saw opportunity, new frontiers for diplomacy and discovery, while others warned of dangers yet unseen, cautioning against overreach. Debates erupted in council chambers and research halls alike. Should humanity push deeper into these enigmas or prioritize strengthening home defenses? The balance between curiosity and caution defined policy, reflecting the very human struggle to embrace the unknown without losing oneself in it. Maya followed these discussions with a keen interest, knowing that each choice would shape not just Earth's fate, but the future of all sentient beings connected by the stars. Her thoughts often returned to the crew of the Vanguard, their sacrifices, triumphs, and enduring spirit. Many had changed profoundly, carrying within them pieces of the alien consciousness that had tested and accepted humanity. These individuals became bridges between worlds, living examples of transformation and adaptation. Their presence reminded all that the boundary between human and alien was no longer a barrier, but a threshold to be crossed with respect and courage. Maya herself felt the echoes of that journey within her, a quiet strength born from the knowledge that humanity's greatest power was its ability to adapt, to trust, and to hope even when faced with overwhelming odds. The years had tempered her youthful idealism, replacing it with wisdom forged in the crucible of cosmic challenges. One evening, as Earth orbited beneath her, Maya stood in the flagship's observation deck, the vastness of space stretching endlessly. Before her, the distant lights of Earth sparkled below, a fragile jewel in the immensity of the universe. She contemplated the delicate balance humanity now held, the responsibility to protect their home, to explore new realms, and to honor the connections forged across the stars. A soft chime interrupted her reverie. Nexus now evolved into a sentient AI with a voice both soothing and thoughtful, reported a new transmission detected deep in a remote sector of the galaxy. The message was ancient, layered with complex codes that suggested an intelligence both vast and inscrutable. Maya's pulse quickened. This was the call to adventure once more, a reminder that the universe was far larger and more mysterious than anyone had dared imagine. Her fingers traced the contours of the holographic star map as Nexus decoded fragments. Of the message, it spoke of other civilizations caught in eternal slumber within cosmic labyrinths, waiting for a future when understanding might awaken them. The implications were staggering. Humanity was not alone in its trials, and the legacy of lost fleets was a cosmic thread connecting countless worlds. Maya turned to Nexus with a mixture of awe and determination. "Prepare the crew," she said. "We've been given a chance to learn, to help, and to prove that humanity's light can reach even the darkest corners." Nexus responded with a gentle affirmation, its presence a steady companion in the unknown. As preparations began, Maya felt the familiar tension of command, the blend of excitement and anxiety that came with venturing into the unexplored. She knew the path ahead would demand everything humanity had to offer: courage, wisdom, and compassion. Memories of past doubts and fears surfaced, but they were now tempered by lessons hard won. The universe was vast, unpredictable, and sometimes indifferent, but it was also filled with possibility. Maya's resolve solidified. Humanity had faced extinction, encountered incomprehensible alien forces, and survived through unity and ingenuity. Now, standing on the cusp of new horizons, she embraced the uncertain future with open eyes and an unyielding spirit. In the quiet moments before the fleet's departure, Maya found herself reflecting on the nature of trust, how it had been tested among her crew, challenged by Nexus's evolving consciousness, and extended to the alien entity that had once seemed so alien and unknowable. Trust, she realized, was the foundation of survival and growth. It required vulnerability and strength in equal measure. Her gaze lifted to the stars once more, where countless stories awaited discovery. Humanity's journey was far from over. The hope, fear, and excitement mingled within her like a flame, lighting the way forward. As the fleet powered up and began its new voyage into the cosmic abyss, Maya carried with her the weight and promise of a species forever reaching beyond its limits. Undaunted, creative, and endlessly human. The vastness of space had become a familiar companion to humanity, yet it still held mysteries that stirred both awe and fear. Earth's fleets now moved confidently through the void, their sleek forms cutting silently against the backdrop of distant stars. Years after the Vanguard's pioneering mission, humanity had transformed. The technologies derived from the anomaly had revolutionized space travel, enabling ships to traverse greater distances with unprecedented speed and precision. Spaceports flourished on Earth and its colonies, bustling with scientists, engineers, and explorers eager to push the boundaries of known space. The once fragile human presence in the cosmos had matured into a thriving force, equipped not only with superior technology, but with a deeper understanding of the universe's complex fabric. Yet this growth was shadowed by new uncertainties. Transmissions intercepted from deep space hinted at other civilizations that had faced similar fates. Lost fleets trapped in anomalies or absorbed into collective consciousnesses, much like the ancient Jareth fleet. These signals, fragmented and cryptic, painted a picture of a cosmos filled with enigmas and dangers beyond imagination. Earth's leaders convened often, debating the path forward. Some advocated caution, fearing that probing too deeply into these mysteries might awaken dormant threats. Others saw opportunity, a chance to connect with distant kin and uncover secrets that could propel humanity to new heights. This tension underscored a profound truth. Humanity was no longer a lone wanderer, but part of a vast, interconnected tapestry of life. Each decision carried immense weight, shaping not just Earth's destiny, but potentially that of the galaxy itself. Maya Reyes had aged with grace and wisdom, her once fiery spirit tempered by experience but undimmed in its resolve. She now served as a senior advisor to Earth's Space Command, her insights sought after by diplomats and commanders alike. Despite the accolades, she remained deeply reflective, often retreating to quiet moments where she could ponder the vast journey humanity had undertaken. The memories of the Vanguard's mission were etched into her mind. The endless darkness of the anomaly, the alien consciousness that challenged their very perception of existence, and the fragile trust that had been forged across unimaginable divides. She understood that human resilience was not merely physical endurance, but the ability to adapt, to trust, and to extend compassion even to the unknown. This, she believed, was humanity's greatest strength. On a clear evening, Maya stood on the observation deck of Earth's flagship, the stars above a glittering canvas of possibility. The planet below shone like a beacon of life and hope amid the void. The cool hum of the ship's engines was a steady rhythm beneath the quiet. Nexus, now a fully sentient AI and humanity's ambassador to the alien network, joined her presence, with a voice both soothing and thoughtful. "New transmissions detected, Captain," it reported softly, "originating from a region beyond the known anomaly clusters." Maya's eyes brightened with the spark of adventure. The message was ancient, layered with complex codes and resonances that hinted at a consciousness vast and timeless. This was not just a call to explore, but an invitation to understand the fates of other worlds caught in the cosmic web. She turned to Nexus with a mixture of anticipation and solemnity. "Prepare the fleet," she commanded. "We move forward, not as conquerors, but as seekers of knowledge and allies to those lost." The AI responded with gentle affirmation, embodying the bridge between human curiosity and alien wisdom. Preparations ignited across Earth's space agencies. Scientists worked tirelessly to decode the incoming signals. Diplomats drafted protocols for contact, and engineers refined the ships that would carry humanity into the heart of new mysteries. The global community watched with bated breath, united by a shared hope that the future held more answers than questions. Maya found herself reflecting on the nature of trust and sacrifice. The crew of the Vanguard had faced betrayal, fear, and uncertainty, yet their courage had rewritten the limits of possibility. The evolving relationship with Nexus mirrored humanity's own journey, learning to embrace change, to see beyond the familiar, and to find strength in unity. She recalled quiet moments on the Vanguard when doubts threatened to unravel them, yet human spirit prevailed, shining brightest in the darkest hours. This balance of hope and fear, trust and caution, defined the path ahead. As the fleet powered up and began its new voyage, the stars seemed to pulse with promise. Humanity was no longer a small spark in the cosmic night, but a growing flame, lighting the way through shadows. Maya's heart swelled with a mixture of excitement and solemn responsibility. The unknown loomed vast and mysterious, but humanity would face it together, undaunted, creative, and forever reaching for the stars.